Session 16. Origins and related words 1. Of time and place. A chronic liar lies constantly, again and again and again. A chronic invalid is ill time after time, frequently, repeatedly. The derivation of the word is Greek chronos, time. The noun form is chronicity. An anachronism is someone or something out of time, out of date, belonging to a different era, either earlier or later. The prefix ana, like a dash, is negative. The adjective is anachronous or anachronistic. Wander along 59th Street and Central Park in Manhattan some Sunday. You will see horse-drawn carriages with top-hatted coachmen, a vestige of the 1800s. Surrounded by 20th-century motor cars and modern skyscrapers, these romantic vehicles of a bygone era are anachronous. Read a novel in which a scene is supposedly taking place in the 19th century and see one of the characters turning on a TV set. An anachronism. Your friend talks, thinks, dresses, and acts as if he were living in the time of Shakespeare. Another anachronism. Science fiction is deliberately anachronous. It deals with phenomena, gadgetry, accomplishments far off, possibly, in the future. An anachronism is out of time, something out of place is incongruous, a word combining the negative prefix in dash, the prefix con dash, with or together, and a Latin verb meaning to agree or correspond. Thus, it is incongruous to wear a sweater and slacks to a formal wedding. It is anachronous to wear the wasp waist, conspicuous bustle, or powdered wig of the 18th century. The noun form of incongruous is incongruity. Chronological, incorrect time order, comes from chronos. To tell a story chronologically is to relate the events in the time order of their occurrence. Chronology is the science of time order and the accurate dating of events. Logos, science. The expert in this field is a chronologist, or a list of events in the time order in which they have occurred or will occur. A chronometer, combining chronos with metron, measurement, is a highly accurate timepiece, especially one used on ships. Chronometry is the measurement of time. The adjective is chronometric. Add the prefix sin dash together, plus the verb suffix "-ize" to chronos, and you have constructed synchronize, etymologically to time together, or to move, happen, or cause to happen, at the same time or rate. If you and your friend synchronize your watches, you set them at the same time. If you synchronize the activity of your arms and legs, as in swimming, you move them at the same time or rate. The adjective is synchronous. The noun form of the verb synchronize is synchronization. 2. Disease, suffering. Teeling. Pathological is diseased, a pathological condition. This meaning of the word ignores the root logos, science, study. Pathology is the science or study of disease, its nature, cause, cure, etc. However, another meaning of the noun ignores logos, and pathology may be any morbid, diseased, or abnormal physical condition or conditions. In short, simply disease, as in this case involves so many kinds of pathology that several different specialists are working on it. A pathologist is an expert who examines tissue, often by autopsy or biopsy, to diagnose disease and interpret the abnormalities in such tissue that may be caused by specific diseases. Pathos occurs in some English words with the additional meaning of feeling. If you feel or suffer with someone, you are sympathetic. Sim is a respelling before the letter P of the Greek prefix sin dash, with or together. The noun is sympathy, the verb sympathize. Husbands, for example, so the story goes, may have sympathetic labor pains when their wives are about to deliver. The prefix anti-dash, you will recall, means against. If you experience antipathy to people or things, you feel against them, you feel strong dislike or hostility. The adjective is antipathetic, as in an antipathetic reaction to an authority figure. But you may have no feeling at all, just indifference, lack of any interest, emotion, or response, complete listlessness, especially when some reaction is normal or expected. Then you are apathetic. A dash, as you know, is a negative prefix. The noun is apathy, as in voter apathy, student apathy, etc. On the other hand, you may be so sensitive or perceptive that you not only share the feelings of another, but you also identify with those feelings, in fact experience them yourself as if momentarily you were that other person. What you have, then, is empathy, you empathize, you are empathetic, or, to use an alternate adjective, empathic. M is a respelling before the letter P of the Greek prefix n-in. Someone is pathetic who is obviously suffering. Such a person may arouse sympathy or pity, or perhaps antipathy, in you. A pathetic story is about suffering and, again, is likely to arouse sadness, sorrow, or pity. Some interesting research was done many years ago by Dr. J. B. Rhine and his associates at Duke University on extrasensory perception. You will find an interesting account of Rhine's work in his book, The Reach of the Mind. What makes it possible for two people separated by miles of space to communicate with each other without recourse to messenger, telephone, telegraph, or postal service? It can be done, say the believers in telepathy, also called mental telepathy, though they do not yet admit to knowing how. How can one person read the mind of another? Simple, by being telepathic, but no one can explain the chemistry or biology of it. Telepathy is built by combining pathos, feeling, with the prefix tele-distance, the same prefix we found in telephone, telegraph, telescope. Telepathic communication occurs when people can feel each other's thoughts from a distance, when they have ESP. Review of etymology: prefix, root, suffix meaning one. Chronos time 2. On it a negative prefix 3. Con with, together 4. In negative prefix 5. Logo science, study 6. Metron measurement 7. Sim with, together 8. Is verb suffix 9. Pathos disease, suffering, feeling 10. Anti against 11. N-M in 12. Teledistance. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Chronicity 2. Anachronism 3. Anachronous 4. Anachronistic 5. Incongruous 6. Incongruity 7. Chronological 8. Chronology 9. Chronologist 10. Chronometer 11. Chronometry 12. Chronometric 13. Synchronize 14. Synchronization 15. Synchronous.